For centuries, the galaxy had laughed at Earth. Across countless star systems, alien empires had mocked humans. They said Earth was small, weak, and unprepared. Nothing comes from that tiny blue planet, the alien leaders often said in their glowing council halls. It is insignificant, fragile, and easy to crush. Yet, despite all the mockery, Earth remained quiet. No fleets attacked back. No armies retaliated. Every time a small alien ship appeared near the solar system, it found empty defenses. No one expected humans to fight, and the galaxy had grown careless. Alien scouts reported back strange observations. The planet's cities seemed peaceful, almost too peaceful. There was no sign of massive weapons, no movement of warships, no flashing energy shields. Earth is defenseless, the scouts said confidently. And in their pride, the aliens ignored the whispers of a hidden truth. Deep below the surface, on the far side of the moon, human engineers worked in total secrecy. In massive underground hangars, lit by dim, blue lights, huge warships were being built. These were no ordinary ships. Each vessel was the size of a small city, armored with advanced metal alloys, glowing faintly with power cores that hummed like distant thunder. Humans worked tirelessly, night and day, their movements precise and silent. Every engineer, every soldier, every scientist knew that the galaxy had forgotten one simple truth: humans were patient and clever. On Mars and other remote planets, secret bases were hidden under deserts and frozen ice. Enormous hangars stretched underground, filled with ships that could strike across the stars. Humans had learned the ways of stealth. Every ship was cloaked with invisible energy fields. Sensors that could detect the most advanced alien technology were embedded in each craft. It was a fleet so powerful, so hidden, that no alien empire had ever imagined it existed. In the control rooms, commanders studied holographic maps of the galaxy. Tiny dots represented alien fleets scattered across countless systems. Every movement was noted, every strategy analyzed. The humans were not only preparing weapons, they were learning their enemies, predicting their next steps, and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Children on Earth played under the sun, completely unaware of the warships being built above their heads. Scientists walked past ordinary streets, carrying devices that could destroy entire enemy squadrons with a single command. Farmers in fields hummed songs of peace, while beneath them, engineers monitored the energy cores of massive battle stations. On the surface, life looked simple. But beneath, humans were crafting a secret that would shake the galaxy to its core. The alien empires continued their small attacks, convinced they were testing humans' limits. A small fleet approached one of Earth's distant colonies. They fired laser cannons, expecting panic. But they met nothing. The humans did not attack. They did not even react immediately. The fleet saw only empty space, shadows moving too fast to track. And then, without warning, the aliens were forced to retreat after unexpected technical failures that no one could explain. Reports sent back to alien leaders simply said, Earth's defenses, inexplicable. The galaxy was starting to whisper. Some began to doubt. But most still laughed, still dismissed humans as weak and naive. They could not see the truth. Earth was not defenseless. It was waiting. And waiting, humans knew, was a weapon far more dangerous than any laser or missile. Patience had sharpened their minds, honed their skills, and built a fleet that would leave the galaxy stunned. In one of the largest hangars on the moon, a commander walked along the edge of a massive warship. He stopped and looked at the towering craft, its engines silent but humming with energy. "The galaxy believes we are weak," he whispered. "They have no idea what we are capable of. Soon, very soon, they will see." Elsewhere, alien spies who had somehow landed on Earth were discovered quickly. They were confused, terrified even, by the sheer scale of the operations hidden beneath cities, under mountains, and across barren planets. They had reported back tales of ordinary humans working like gods, creating machines that seemed impossible. Some had fled, knowing that the truth they carried would be impossible for their leaders to believe. Above all this, the narrator's voice echoed in the minds of the audience, a silent warning. What the galaxy does not know is that Earth is not defenseless, it is waiting. And when the time comes, the humans will rise, and the universe will never be the same again. No one in the galaxy had expected patience, planning, and stealth combined in this way. The aliens laughed at weakness, but humans had learned a simple truth: being underestimated was the greatest advantage of all. The quiet planet was not silent. It was alive. It was preparing. And it was ready to strike in a way that no one could predict. And somewhere, in the shadow of a hidden hangar, the first human fleet waited, engines glowing softly, ready to move at the command of a single mind. The galaxy thought it had all the answers. It had no idea the storm that slept quietly on a small blue planet was about to wake. Deep in the shadows of space, Earth's secret armada prepared for the moment that would shock the galaxy. The ships rested in hidden bases scattered across the solar system, under frozen ice on Mars, behind asteroids, and buried beneath the moon's dark side. To any alien eye, they did not exist. Yet inside those massive hulls, thousands of humans moved with precision, ready for the moment they had trained for years to execute. The armada was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Each warship was enormous, equipped with weapons that could destroy entire fleets in minutes. The hulls were layered with advanced armor, capable of resisting the strongest energy blasts known in the universe. Cloaking technology rendered them invisible to alien scanners. Some ships had engines that could jump light years in an instant. Every detail, every design, had been tested, refined, and perfected in total secrecy. Commanders walked along the bridges of their ships, eyes scanning holographic displays of enemy fleets across distant systems. Every alien empire, every scout ship, every unknown signal had been tracked and recorded. The humans were learning their enemies, predicting their moves, and planning strikes that would leave the galaxy in shock. "You are ready," said General Arman, his voice calm but strong, as he addressed the assembled commanders. "The galaxy believes we are weak. They think we are harmless. Soon, they will discover how wrong they were." Around him, soldiers checked their weapons, pilots ran simulations, and engineers made final adjustments to the systems that powered the fleet. The atmosphere was tense but focused. No one spoke of fear. It did not exist here. Every human knew the stakes. Every human knew that when the time came, the survival of Earth and the pride of humanity depended on their courage and skill. In one of the hidden moon bases, a young pilot named Lyra walked past enormous engines humming with latent power. She ran her hand along the smooth metal surface, feeling the energy pulsing beneath her fingers. "It's beautiful," she whispered, almost to herself. Around her, other pilots prepared their crafts, checking systems, running drills, and communicating silently. Every person in the armada knew their role. Every person knew the moment would come when their patience would become a weapon. Far away, alien scouts continued to roam the edges of the solar system. They reported nothing unusual. No massive warships, no preparations for battle. The aliens were confident that Earth remained weak and harmless. They did not know that humans were watching them, predicting their every move, and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Back in the command center of the Armada, holographic displays lit up the dark room. Alien fleets appeared as tiny red dots, scattered across the galaxy. Analysts ran calculations, simulated battles, and determined the exact moment to launch their surprise attack. The plan was clear. First, strike small, vulnerable alien fleets to test reactions. Then, reveal the full power of the hidden armada in a display the galaxy would never forget. "We have been patient for too long," General Arman said, his voice echoing across the command room. "The time to awaken the galaxy is near. Remember, they will not expect us. They cannot imagine what we have built. Our advantage is their ignorance." Outside, the ships glowed faintly under the dim lighting of their hidden hangars. Each vessel seemed alive, a silent predator waiting for its moment. Pilots took their seats, engines hummed to life, and weapons systems activated in quiet sequences. The Armada was ready. Every human involved in this secret operation had trained for years to reach this moment. Every calculation, every strategy, every sleepless night had led to this point. On Earth, life above ground remained ordinary. Cities buzzed with everyday activity. Children played in parks, oblivious to the hidden fleet poised above them. Farmers tilled fields, engineers commuted to work, and teachers taught lessons, all under the shadow of humanity's greatest secret. No alien would ever suspect that beneath the moon, behind frozen ice, and hidden in deep space caverns, humanity had built a force that could challenge the greatest empires of the galaxy. Alien leaders, meanwhile, discussed their latest reports from distant scouts. Earth remains harmless, one said confidently. There is nothing unusual. No sign of warships, no sign of defense. Their arrogance blinded them to the truth. They did not know that the humans were preparing not just for defense, but for a strike that would leave their fleets shattered and their pride destroyed. Back in the Armada, General Arman turned to the holographic display of the galaxy and allowed a small smile. They will see us soon, he said quietly. And when they do, the galaxy will never underestimate humans again. Lyra, in her fighter, ran final checks. She looked at the massive ships around her, each one a fortress in the void. It's time, she whispered. And for the first time in decades, the hidden armada prepared to move, to awaken the galaxy to the truth of Earth's power. The galaxy was blind, arrogant, and overconfident. It laughed at a quiet planet that seemed harmless. But beneath that calm surface, humanity waited. Silent. Patient. Dangerous. And when the moment arrived, Earth's hidden armada would strike and no alien would be ready for the storm. The galaxy had never seen silence so powerful. For decades, humans had built, trained, and waited. And now, that patience was about to become a weapon. On the outskirts of the solar system, a small alien scout fleet drifted through space, unaware of the danger that had been hiding in plain sight. Their sensors were active, their weapons ready, but they could not detect what had been carefully cloaked for years. They believed they were approaching an ordinary, defenseless planet. The first strike began without warning. From the shadow of an asteroid belt, human warships emerged, engines glowing faintly, cloaks deactivating in perfect synchronization. The alien scouts barely had time to react. Explosions tore through their formation as energy cannons, faster and more powerful than anything the galaxy had seen, tore through alien hulls. Panic erupted in the alien fleet. Red alarms flashed, commands shouted in alien languages, but it was too late. Their advanced shields could not withstand the precision strikes. In minutes, half the fleet was destroyed, and the rest scattered in confusion. Alien leaders received fragmented reports, unable to understand how such destruction had happened so quickly. Impossible, one commander whispered. It cannot be. Earth. On board the human flagship, General Arman watched the holographic displays with calm satisfaction. Pilots executed maneuvers they had practiced for years. Missiles, drones, and energy beams struck with perfect timing. Each alien ship that fired returned nothing but silence. The humans were everywhere at once, faster than the scouts could comprehend, and far more precise than any alien technology could anticipate. In a smaller fighter, Lyra guided her ship through the chaos. She watched alien ships explode one by one. Her fingers moved over the controls with perfect coordination. Stay calm, she whispered to herself, though she didn't need it. She had trained for this day her whole life. The galaxy had underestimated humans for centuries, and now, the cost was becoming clear. From distant observation points, other alien fleets began sending warnings. Scouts destroyed. They are stronger than expected. But by then, the humans had already withdrawn, fading back into the shadows of space before the main alien forces could even respond. The armada vanished as quickly as it had appeared, leaving only wreckage and confusion in its wake. Alien leaders convened in panic. In grand halls that once echoed with pride, they now whispered fearfully. How could Earth do this? How could they hide such power? Some argued to strike immediately, to retaliate with all their fleets. Others feared Earth, sensing a force far beyond their understanding. Confusion and panic spread like wildfire. The galaxy, which had long mocked Earth, was finally learning to fear it. Meanwhile, on Earth, cities remained calm. Civilians noticed nothing unusual. Children played under the sun, workers went about their day, and politicians gave speeches about peace and progress. Above them, the hidden fleet returned to its bases, engines silent, cloaks reactivated. No one outside the command centers could know that humanity had just dealt a stunning blow to the galaxy's arrogance. Back on the alien ships, panic turned into disbelief. Communications between commanders broke down. Ships that survived the first strike were retreating in terror, unsure of what had just happened. Reports came in describing strange human technology, precision tactics, and near-perfect timing. Aliens who had mocked humans for centuries were now questioning everything they thought they knew. General Arman allowed himself a small smile. The first strike was only the beginning. It had been a test, a warning, and a message to the galaxy: do not underestimate Earth. Every human in the fleet knew this. Every pilot, engineer, and soldier understood that patience, secrecy, and precision were their greatest weapons. The galaxy had ignored them for too long, and now it would pay the price for its arrogance. The alien scouts who survived returned to their home systems, bearing shocking tales of Earth's secret power. Some were not believed. Others were dismissed as exaggerations. But the whispers began to spread, slowly, nervously, across the stars. The galaxy was starting to wonder, could it be true? Could humans really be this strong? On the bridge of the flagship, General Arman looked out into the vast darkness of space. Stars glittered like distant diamonds, and yet none shone as brightly as the knowledge of what humanity had achieved. They will remember this day, he said quietly. The galaxy will never look at Earth the same way again. From the hidden hangars, engineers began repairing minor damages and recalibrating weapons. Pilots ran simulations for the next strike. The humans did not celebrate loudly, they did not need to. The results spoke for themselves. The galaxy had been warned. A silent storm had passed through alien space, and the echoes of its power would resonate for years. And somewhere, watching from a hidden control room, Lyra allowed herself a quiet breath. She knew that what humanity had done today was only the first move in a much larger game. The Armada would strike again, stronger, faster, and more devastating. The galaxy would not forget Earth, not ever. The first strike had ended, but the war for respect, survival, and dominance had only just begun. And humans, patient and silent for centuries, were finally awake. The galaxy was in chaos. Across countless star systems, alien leaders gathered in panic, their voices trembling with fear and disbelief. Reports poured in from distant scouts and fleets. Entire squads of their best ships had been destroyed almost instantly. And the enemy? Humans. A species they had always considered weak, unprepared, and insignificant. In the Grand Council Hall of the Zarathian Empire, the leaders slammed their clawed hands on glowing tables. "How is this possible?" demanded Lord Vika, his many eyes scanning frantic reports. "Earth, it shouldn't be able to do this. It's impossible." Advisors whispered nervously. Some suggested attacking immediately, while others argued for caution. But the fear in their voices betrayed a deeper truth: they had underestimated humans for centuries. And that mistake now threatened their entire empire. Alien fleets scrambled, moving in every direction, attempting to regroup and understand what had just happened. Communications were chaotic, orders overlapping, and fear spreading faster than any virus. Pilots who had been confident a day ago now hesitated, their hands shaking over controls. Even the most veteran admirals felt doubt. The humans had shown them something they could not predict, and that uncertainty was terrifying. Back on Earth, in the secret Armada bases, General Arman and his commanders monitored the alien panic. Holographic displays showed fleets scattered, some retreating, others frozen in confusion. The humans had achieved more than just a strike, they had shattered the confidence of the galaxy's most powerful races. "We are making them question everything," General Arman said quietly, his calm voice contrasting sharply with the chaos elsewhere. "They don't know what hit them. And the worst part for them, they have no idea it's only the beginning." In hidden war rooms across the Armada, pilots prepared for the next moves. Lyra studied the alien formations on the holographic map. "They're panicking," she said to her squad. "Their leaders can't even organize a defense. Now is when we plan the next strike. But we wait, just a little longer. Patience is our greatest weapon." Meanwhile, in alien command centers, fear turned into suspicion. Rumors spread like wildfire. Earth has hidden allies. Earth has technology far beyond what is known. Earth has a fleet that can appear out of nowhere. Many did not believe it at first. How could a tiny planet, ignored for centuries, have built something so vast, so advanced? But the evidence was undeniable. Alien civilians began to panic as well. News of the first strike had spread faster than any fleet could. Stories of humans destroying entire squadrons without warning circulated across the galaxy. Fear replaced arrogance. Markets fell, and ordinary citizens questioned their leaders' decisions. Even some alien soldiers refused orders, unwilling to face an enemy they could not comprehend. Back on Earth, children still played in parks, unaware of the fear spreading through alien space. Farmers tended fields, and cities bustled with everyday life. Above them, hidden in distant orbits and secret moon bases, humans prepared silently. No one celebrated. No one boasted. There was no need. The results spoke louder than any words. The aliens sent urgent messages across the galaxy, demanding answers. How could this happen? Where is their fleet? Who commands it? But the humans remained silent. They did not respond, they did not reveal themselves. That silence, that mystery, made the aliens' panic grow even more. They feared what they could not see, could not understand, and could not predict. General Armin leaned over the command table, watching the holographic chaos of alien fleets. "They are losing control," he said. "And soon, they will realize that underestimating us was the greatest mistake in their history." In the Zarathian Council, some leaders argued for an immediate full-scale attack. Others suggested retreating to safe systems and regrouping. The hall was divided, and no decision was made. That indecision cost them time, precious time that humans could use to strike again when the moment was perfect. Across the galaxy, whispers of Earth's secret power began to spread. Some dismissed it as exaggeration. Others, terrified, began preparing defenses that were too little, too late. The idea that a weak planet could hold such strength was impossible to accept, yet undeniable. The humans had broken the illusion of safety and superiority that alien empires had taken for granted for centuries. Meanwhile, in the Armada, every human soldier, pilot, and commander understood one thing: the galaxy was finally awake to Earth's power. But more importantly, the humans knew that this awakening had only begun. The aliens were panicked, confused, and vulnerable. And the humans, patient, prepared, and calm, had all the advantage. Lyra looked at the stars from her fighter cockpit. "They thought we were nothing," she said quietly. "They thought we were weak. But they were wrong. And now, they will pay attention." The galaxy had laughed for centuries at a tiny blue planet. It had mocked its people, dismissed its technology, and believed it could never be a threat. But humans had waited, hidden, and prepared. And now, in the shadows of space, the first signs of panic had begun to ripple across the stars. The aliens could feel it, something had changed. The balance of power was shifting. And Earth, silent and patient for so long, had finally shown the first spark of its hidden fury. The galaxy was panicked, confused, and above all, terrified. The galaxy had never seen anything like it. After the first strike, the aliens were already shaken, terrified by the unexpected power of a planet they had long mocked. But what was coming next would leave them speechless. Deep in hidden bases scattered across moons, asteroids, and distant planets, Earth's armada prepared for its greatest moment. This was not a test. This was the unveiling of the full fleet, a display of power so massive that the galaxy would remember it forever. Thousands of ships, each larger and more powerful than the largest alien dreadnoughts, emerged from hidden hangars. Engines glowed softly, weapons charged silently, and cloaks slowly deactivated. From orbit to the edges of the solar system, humans revealed their full strength. The hidden armada had become visible, and it was breathtaking. In the alien homeworlds, sensors picked up the massive ships, and panic erupted instantly. "Impossible," shouted commanders. "There are hundreds, no, thousands of them." Red lights flashed across their bridges, alarms screamed endlessly, and communication lines were jammed with frantic reports. The galaxy's strongest empires could not comprehend what they were seeing. The flagship of the human armada glided forward, massive and majestic. Its surface shimmered with advanced energy shields and hundreds of weapons ready to fire. Smaller human vessels surrounded it in perfect formation, moving as if controlled by a single mind. From every angle, from every base, the humans had coordinated this reveal with military precision. General Arman stood on the bridge, his eyes scanning the holographic display of the galaxy. Today, he said quietly, they will learn that Earth is not a planet to be ignored. Today, they will understand what it means to underestimate humanity. In distant alien fleets, hesitation replaced fear with a new emotion: disbelief. How could such a small planet produce ships of this scale, with this technology, and with such perfect coordination? Some aliens refused to believe their senses. Others argued among themselves, unsure if they were seeing reality or a simulation. Every empire was paralyzed. Every commander frozen. In her fighter, Lyra felt a shiver of awe. She had seen the fleet grow, trained with it, and understood its full potential, but even she could not ignore the beauty and power of it fully revealed. Ships stretched into the distance, engines glowing, weapons humming, ready to move with deadly precision. "It's magnificent," she whispered. "And terrifying for anyone who stands against us." The alien scouts attempted to attack, but their weapons barely touched the human ships. Lasers and missiles fired at the alien fleet were absorbed by energy shields, intercepted by drones, or deflected with advanced technology that made the humans almost untouchable. The first strike had been a warning. This reveal was the proof: humanity had arrived. From one side of the armada, smaller ships launched patrol drones. They moved like shadows, silently disabling enemy ships, dismantling communications, and leaving confusion in their wake. From another side, the massive warships unleashed energy bursts that lit up the darkness of space, but only as a demonstration, not full power. The aliens were learning quickly that Earth did not need to destroy everything to dominate the battlefield. Intelligence, strategy, and coordination were weapons as deadly as firepower. On alien homeworlds, panic turned into hysteria. Entire governments debated whether to flee, surrender, or fight. No one had answers. No one could believe what humans had built. The galaxy had laughed at Earth, and now that laughter had turned into silence, fear, and awe. Meanwhile, General Arman remained calm. He watched the aliens' confusion with quiet satisfaction. "Let them see," he said. "Let them see what patience, planning, and unity can create. They will never forget this day." The humans' full fleet moved in perfect formation across the solar system. The light from their engines reflected against the planets, making even distant observers feel the power that had been hidden for so long. Every alien that looked upon it understood one truth: Earth was no longer weak. Earth had awakened. Lyra piloted her fighter alongside the armada, eyes on the alien fleets still frozen in terror. "This is just the beginning," she said softly. She knew that the full reveal was only a message. The humans had shown strength, not cruelty. They wanted the galaxy to fear their power, but also to understand that they had come prepared for anything. And in that moment, across thousands of alien systems, messages were sent back to leaders. Earth had more than just ships. Earth had strategy. Earth had patience. And above all, Earth had humans who would not be underestimated again. The galaxy had watched in shock. Entire fleets had frozen. Worlds had begun to whisper stories of a hidden armada from a planet no one had taken seriously. And somewhere, in the calm command rooms of Earth's hidden bases, the humans prepared for the next stage. The grand reveal was complete. The galaxy knew, without question, that humans were not weak. They were powerful, clever, and dangerous. And for the first time in history, the universe understood one simple fact: Earth had arrived. The silence of space shattered like glass. Alien fleets, paralyzed with fear from the grand reveal, now had no choice but to respond. Thousands of ships turned toward Earth's hidden armada, their engines flaring, weapons ready, but it was already too late. General Arman watched from the flagship, calm and focused. "Hold formation," he ordered. "Wait for their first move." Every human pilot, soldier, and engineer obeyed without hesitation. Years of training, decades of planning, had prepared them for this exact moment. The galaxy had underestimated humans, and that mistake would cost them everything. The first alien ships fired blindly, desperate to break the formation. Their lasers streaked across the void, bright and deadly, but the human ships were ready. Energy shields absorbed the blasts effortlessly, while drones intercepted missiles mid-flight. Human firepower struck with precision, targeting engines, weapon arrays, and command centers. One by one, alien ships exploded in brilliant flashes, their destruction lighting the darkness of space. In her fighter, Lyra maneuvered with skill honed from countless simulations. She dodged alien attacks, launched counter-drone strikes, and watched as enemy ships collapsed under coordinated volleys. Her heart raced, not with fear, but with the thrill of victory. The humans had prepared for centuries, and now every move of the aliens played into their hands. From distant bases, hidden warships fired massive energy beams that cut through alien squadrons like knives. The armada moved as one, flawless and synchronized. Every strike was calculated, every maneuver precise. Alien commanders, once proud and confident, now screamed in frustration as their fleets crumbled. Across the galaxy, reports of the battle spread like wildfire. Worlds that had laughed at Earth for centuries now trembled at the news. "How is this possible?" cried leaders of alien empires. "They are stronger than we imagined. Their fleet, their technology, it defies everything we know." On board the human flagship, General Arman monitored the battlefield. The alien fleet was large, but disorganized, panicked, and unprepared. "Focus on their leadership ships," he instructed. "If we take them out, the rest will collapse." Missiles, drones, and energy blasts targeted the enemy command vessels. Explosions erupted, creating a chain reaction of chaos. Alien coordination disintegrated. Their panic turned into desperation. The battle raged across light-years of space. Smaller human fighters darted through enemy lines, disabling weapons, guiding missiles, and ensuring maximum damage with minimal risk. Larger warships unleashed their most powerful cannons, leaving trails of destruction behind. Every human knew their role, every strike executed with perfect timing. The galaxy had never witnessed such precision from a single planet. In alien command centers, fear reached a new level. Some fleets began retreating, abandoning formations entirely. Messages were sent back and forth, but confusion and panic made communication nearly impossible. Alien pilots, terrified and unsure, faltered under the overwhelming human assault. On the human side, there were no celebrations. The soldiers, pilots, and commanders remained focused. They did not need applause or recognition, the results were enough. The alien fleets were crumbling, their pride shattered, and the galaxy's arrogance had been exposed for all to see. Lyra glanced at the burning remnants of enemy ships floating in space. "We're unstoppable," she whispered. Her words were quiet, but every human in the armada felt the truth of them. They were prepared, trained, and united. No enemy could match their combination of intelligence, patience, and strategy. As the battle reached its peak, General Arman gave the final order. "Push forward. Show them the full strength of humanity." Massive warships surged ahead, releasing volleys of energy that disintegrated the remaining alien forces. The aliens fought valiantly, but their technology and strategy were no match for the humans' planning and execution. Within hours, the battle was over. The alien fleet was shattered. Command ships were destroyed, squadrons scattered, and survivors fled in terror. The galaxy had witnessed the rise of a new power, one that had been underestimated for centuries. General Arman looked over the battlefield, silent and proud. "Today, the galaxy has learned a lesson," he said softly. "Never underestimate Earth. Never underestimate humanity." The human armada regrouped, engines cooling, systems checked, and shields recharged. The battle had been brutal but efficient. Humans had proven not only their strength but also their intelligence, unity, and patience. Across the stars, the aliens would tell stories of this day for generations. A tiny blue planet, long mocked and ignored, had shattered entire fleets and shown the galaxy that humans were not weak. They were patient, clever, and deadly, and their fight had only just begun. Lyra, looking out at the stars, felt a deep sense of accomplishment. "We've done what no one believed possible," she whispered. But even as the battle ended, she knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy would come for them again, but humans were ready. The hidden armada had awakened, and there was no turning back. The battle had begun, and the galaxy would never see Earth the same way again. The battlefield was littered with the remains of alien warships. Smoke and fire drifted through the darkness of space, painting a chaotic picture across the stars. The galaxy had never seen a defeat like this, entire fleets shattered in hours by a single planet's hidden armada. Yet the humans did not celebrate. Their focus remained sharp, their eyes on the next move. Alien leaders, terrified and desperate, began to realize a painful truth: they could not win. Their fleets were disorganized, their communications broken, and their morale shattered. In every command center across the galaxy, debates turned into arguments, and arguments into chaos. Many commanders argued to flee. Some considered surrender. A few still clung to hope, refusing to accept that Earth had surpassed them. General Arman observed the alien movements on the holographic map. "They are losing control," he said calmly. "Watch how fear spreads faster than any attack." His voice carried authority, and every human commander in the room understood the significance. Patience and strategy had turned the tide. The first strike had shaken them. The grand reveal had terrified them. The battle had destroyed them. Now, the final moment approached, the turning point. In space, the surviving alien ships attempted to regroup. Squadrons formed hastily, trying to cover retreats and protect command vessels. But it was too late. Human pilots, skilled and coordinated, struck with precision. Missiles tore through engines, energy beams disabled weapons, and drones infiltrated the remaining ship systems. Each move of the humans forced the aliens into deeper panic. Lyra, piloting her fighter, zipped through enemy lines. "They can't even coordinate," she said quietly. "Every move they make is wrong. We've won the moment they doubted themselves." Her fighter's sensors tracked weak points in alien formations, allowing her to guide human strikes with deadly accuracy. Every alien ship destroyed reinforced the turning point. The humans were no longer a hidden threat, they were the dominant force in the system. On alien homeworlds, disbelief turned into fear. Some leaders ordered retreats to distant sectors. Others demanded reinforcements that were already on the way but too far to make a difference. Panic had fully taken hold. Entire fleets broke apart mid-flight, pilots abandoning formation, and soldiers refusing to fight. The once proud empires were collapsing from within. Meanwhile, the human armada moved like a single organism. Every warship, fighter, and drone executed its role flawlessly. The humans had trained for years, perfected every maneuver, and anticipated the aliens' moves. The turning point had been planned, calculated, and executed to perfection. The galaxy had underestimated humans, and now, in the quiet, methodical strike of the armada, the aliens realized the cost of their arrogance. In the flagship's command room, General Arman allowed himself a small, satisfied smile. "It is over for them," he said. "They tried to strike without understanding who they were facing. Now they see the truth." He turned to the young pilots around him. "Remember this moment. You are part of history. The galaxy has learned a lesson it will never forget." Alien ships that tried to flee were intercepted with minimal effort. The humans allowed a few to escape, enough to spread the story of Earth's power, but not enough to recover. Every survivor would return to their empire to report what had happened, to warn their leaders, and to confirm that humans were no longer to be underestimated. Across the galaxy, whispers of Earth's hidden armada spread. Some species who had once mocked humans now looked toward the solar system with fear. Entire fleets paused their patrols. Governments reconsidered their strategies. Alliances shifted. The turning point had changed not only the battle but the balance of power in the galaxy. Lyra looked at the stars, her fighter gliding through the aftermath of battle. "We've done it," she said softly. "They're running, confused, broken. We've shown them that humans are not weak." Yet even in victory, she felt the weight of what came next. The galaxy would retaliate eventually. Other empires would attempt revenge. But the humans were ready. Patience, preparation, and strategy had won the day. General Arman addressed the Armada one last time before returning to orbit around Earth. Today, we have done more than destroy their fleets. We have awakened the galaxy to the truth: humans are clever, patient, and dangerous. And from this day forward, no one will dare underestimate Earth. The turning point was clear: the aliens were broken, scattered, and terrified. Humanity had not just survived, they had dominated. Every calculated move, every patient year of preparation, had led to this moment. The galaxy would remember this day forever, as the day Earth rose from obscurity and became a force no empire could ignore. And somewhere, in the quiet of a hidden control room, Lyra whispered to herself, "The galaxy will never be the same. And neither will we." The turning point had arrived. The humans had won the battle, and the galaxy had learned a lesson it would never forget. The alien fleets that had survived the onslaught fled in panic, disappearing into the vast darkness of space. Entire command structures were shattered, squadrons scattered, and empires left trembling at the knowledge that a tiny blue planet had the power to destroy them. The galaxy had witnessed the full might of humanity, and the message was clear: Earth was no longer defenseless. In the hidden bases across the solar system, humans regrouped. Pilots checked their fighters, engineers repaired minor damages, and commanders analyzed every move made during the battle. There was no celebration, no need for applause. The results spoke for themselves. Humanity had proven its strength, intelligence, and patience. The galaxy had seen the Armada, and the warning was delivered. General Arman stood on the bridge of the flagship, gazing at holographic displays showing alien retreat paths. "Let them return to their empires," he said calmly. "They need to spread the truth themselves. Let the galaxy know what happens when Earth is underestimated." Every human in the room understood the gravity of his words. The battle had been won, but the real victory was in the message. Humans were not a threat to be laughed at, they were a force to be respected and feared. In distant alien worlds, leaders gathered to receive reports from their scouts. Messages of destruction, defeat, and chaos filled every communication channel. Many refused to believe it, but survivors' testimonies were undeniable. Earth had fought back. Earth had dominated. Earth had changed the balance of power in the galaxy. Some alien commanders wanted revenge. They began plotting new attacks, building new fleets, and preparing for retaliation. But the humans had anticipated this. Every preparation, every hidden base, every secret fleet was ready for the next move. Patience, stealth, and intelligence were their greatest weapons. The galaxy could plan all it wanted, but humans would always have the advantage of foresight and surprise. Lyra floated in her fighter, looking out at the stars now calm after the chaos of battle. The debris of alien ships drifted silently, a testament to humanity's skill and patience. "They thought we were weak," she whispered. "They thought we could be crushed. But we survived. We fought. And we won." She knew the story would spread quickly, a warning that could not be ignored. On Earth, life continued seemingly ordinary. Cities thrived, children played, and the planet appeared peaceful from afar. But hidden in orbit, on the far side of the moon, and on remote planets, the human armada waited silently. The galaxy had been warned: attack Earth, and you would face a force unlike anything before. Reports from fleeing alien fleets spread like wildfire. Panic, confusion, and fear rippled across the stars. Entire empires began questioning their previous arrogance. Worlds that had once mocked humans now spoke in hushed tones about their strength, their intelligence, and the terrifying patience they had shown. Earth had sent a warning without firing a single full-power salvo. The lesson was clear: humanity would strike when necessary, and it would be unstoppable. General Arman addressed his fleet one final time. "Remember this day," he said. "The galaxy knows who we are now. They will remember our patience, our planning, and our strength. But do not be complacent. The universe is vast, and the challenges ahead are many. Today, we have sent a warning. Tomorrow, we will decide the fate of those who ignore it." Lyra and her squad returned to their bases, pilots nodding silently to one another. The humans had changed the galaxy. They had shown their power without arrogance, their patience without hesitation, and their strategy without error. The galaxy would think twice before challenging Earth again. As the stars stretched into the distance, the humans observed the fleeing alien fleets. The debris of their destruction floated silently, a chilling reminder of what had happened. The galaxy had learned that humans were patient, clever, and dangerous. They had learned that the quiet planet they once laughed at had prepared in secret for centuries, and now it had awakened. The narrator's voice echoed in the minds of those listening, leaving a lasting impression. Earth is no longer weak. The galaxy has been warned. Underestimate humanity at your own peril. The planet that once seemed harmless now watches silently, ready to strike when the time comes. And the universe will never forget it. The Armada returned to its hidden bases, engines silent, cloaks reactivated, and weapons ready. The humans had won the battle, shattered the arrogance of alien empires, and sent a warning that would echo for generations. The galaxy was shaken, the aliens fearful, and Earth unstoppable. The story of the hidden Armada had reached its climax, but its shadow would stretch across the stars for centuries. The warning was clear: humanity had awakened, and the universe would never see Earth the same way again.